Yo, people, what's going on? Back again, another episode of Unpopular Opinions. I big up everyone inside that was here in the watch along yesterday, bruv. That was scenes, bruv. Absolute scenes. Fucking Juventus out, blood.
I missed the game as well. Mad,
bruv. Listen, it was nuts, bro. Went to extra time. Haaland bagged a couple again. Fucking hell, bro. It was, bruv. What a night of football that was. Champions League football. I don't know if we're gonna see a night like that again for the rest of the tournament. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking mad, bro. Like 2-2 in the Dortmund game. And then
who do you think that because I didn't see, I saw the other game, but I didn't see the Juve Porto game. Who deserved to win after
Porto
watching
did.
the whole 9 minutes? They
Porto
deserved to win. Okay.
Yeah. They got a man sent off and they were still going for it, bruv. Like I was screaming at them, bruv. Go to the corner flag, blood. And then they weren't going to the corner flag. I'm like, what are you doing, bruv? You got 10 men, bruv. There's like 3 minutes left.
You wanted
Porto
to win,
bruv. Yeah, bruv. I'd get Ronaldo out of the competition, blood. I had the Agenda FC yesterday. Get him out, blood. No, them ones curry goat, blood. I told man the curry goat thing, bruv. It's over. Them man were like, yeah, Ronaldo. Before the game, everyone was like, Ronaldo's gonna score a hat trick. You know, Ronaldo always, nah, he's finished. I told you. Can't even run.
Certain man would say, because you're a Man United fan, you shouldn't want Ronaldo to go out there.
You know what it is, yeah, with these Man United fans. You know what I've clocked? A lot of the younger boys, yeah, like Ronaldo is to them what Eric Cantona is to me. You know them, man. Like I grew up with wanting to be Eric Cantona in the garden, bro, in the playground. These man probably grew up, yeah, wanting to be Ronaldo. I was already a teenager when Ronaldo was at Man United, so you get me? Like, yeah. I don't have that connection to him, bro. Like, he gave his best years to Real Madrid. He only won one of his Ballon d'Ors at United. You know what I'm saying? He won all the rest at Real Madrid, so we didn't even get the best of him. So I'm not attached to him like that. And man celebrated when he scored against us. So it's like, fuck him.
Yeah.
You know them.
And not just celebrating. Man done a full, like, mad celebration in that. That's why he took his top off.
Bro, man celebrated when he scored against us. And then bare times he used Man United to get new deals elsewhere, bro. Talking like, oh yeah, I could come back. He had no intentions of coming back. He just wanted to use us to get more money. You know them what? So like, I'm not emotionally attached to Ronaldo, innit, bro. I just look at him like a good footballer, a very good footballer. That he is. That's it. You know that, but I don't look at him as our footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he never come through the youth academy. Like, so it's one of them ones where I'm not in love with him like that, innit? So it's one of them ones where my CR7 turned to CRYING, blood. Man's always crying, fam. You know them ones there. And then he was out last night, bruv, on that crying and that, diving in at the end of the game, trying to win penalties. And it was funny, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like, I was busting up, bro. Like, I was trolling the Cristiano fans, bro. I'm telling you, he's got a massive
but you know what? He has a hold and a pull in that competition. But let's not get it twisted. There's a lot of them knockout stages games. Even when he was at Real Madrid towards the end of his career, he didn't play well for 120 minutes. Yeah.
And scored 2 penalties in that.
Yeah, I never forget that game against Juve when he scored. They got the penalty in the last kick of the game or something, bro. Like, it was.
That's what I've been saying to man. I've been saying to man after, like, I say 2013. I'll never show my kids any videos of Ronaldo after then. Just tap-ins, bruv.
Headers,
bruv. Headers, tap-ins, and penalties. Nah, bruv. You know like that, bruv. I can't do it, innit? And these men hate me for it, bruv. But I was trolling them, bro. Do you know what I mean? I respect him as a footballer. Like, I respect what he's done in the game. But them man get upset because he's not in my top 5. He's not in my top 5. He's not. He's in my top 10, I think.
Whoa, what? Top 5? Yeah. Nah, he's got to be in my top 5.
He's not in my top 5. He's not. You don't have to be. And you know what I say to people about this top 5 thing, yeah? Bro, if I like girls with big bums, yeah, and you don't, you can't tell me that, how can you not like this girl? Because I don't like her. It's not my type.
Yeah, it's all opinion, mate.
Ronaldo's not my type. You know, when it comes to football, he's not my type of footballer. So he's not in my top 5.
But do you think, could you... All right, look.
If he's in your top 5... I respect it because I can see why someone else would have him there. But I'm saying for me, he's not there. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say, oh my God, Ronaldo's in your top 5. You don't know ball. No, that's your opinion. That's how you like to watch football.
Let me ask you then. If that's the case, yeah, is it more a thing where he's not in your top 5 because he's not one of your favored ballers, but based on what he's done and his ability, he's in your top 5, or he's just not in your top 5?
No.
Bro,
when you say ability, yeah, is subjective. You know them, man, because he's got less ability than charisma, blood, but he's had a much better career than him. You know them, man. So man,
yeah, but overall,
man can't say ability, bro.
Not ability in terms of tech. I'm talking about overall game as a baller, like overall footballing.
He's probably the most complete footballer, yeah, that I've ever seen in my life. Complete.
Well, he can't tackle, can he? But
no, well, okay, most complete attacker then.
Yeah.
Most complete attacker. Without a doubt, the most complete all-round footballer I've seen in my life is probably Pogba, bro. He can do everything. He can defend, he can attack, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass, he can do everything.
I think
it's not about complete doesn't mean that you're better than someone, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's more 100%. Complete than Messi, but he's not attacking wise. He can't pass better than Messi. He can't dribble better than Messi. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's more powerful.
Bro, there's bare things Messi can't do very well at all. But it don't matter because he's so good at the things.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So when I say, yeah, how I like to consume football, yeah, it's just like how bruv, even if Haaland scores 1 million goals in his career, I'll never put him above R9. You see what I'm saying? I won't, because how I like to watch football, Haaland looks bare scatty in that, bruv. R9 was just eating like 4 or 5 defenders, yeah, and slapping it in the top corner, bruv. And Haaland's just mad pace and direct and everything. It's not the same football. Yeah, it's a different game I'm watching. Do you see what I mean? That I feel football's a feeling. Football's not, you can't put football into words, innit? How you feel when you watch a football player, that's how you describe them. When I watch Zidane, I feel something. When I watch Ronaldinho, I feel something. When I watch Ronaldo, I don't have that feeling, bro. I'm just watching an exceptional football player, but he doesn't give me the feeling that Zidane gives me, bro.
The only time he had that feeling was back in like 08, 09, 2010.
Exactly. That's why I said after 2013, I'm not showing my youths no videos of Ronaldo.
But that's the same with a lot of players. Like I remember that's the same with Hazard. Hazard used to have that excitement. That I used to want to watch Chelsea just because Hazard was there. But now then Hazard became something that like I said, he was putting up numbers, but he didn't have the same
exactly. And you know what football fans don't do, Akeem? When a player's not playing the same way anymore, just admit it. Don't tell me about the numbers. It was the same with Rooney. As soon as Rooney got the hair transplant, bruv, he was shit to watch, but he put up numbers. But young Rooney with the drawback and the skinhead, bro, he was fucking people up, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And like, I would watch that young Rooney. I'm not trying to watch fucking Rooney 2011, 2012. I don't care if he scored 40 goals, bruv. He was shit to watch, bruv.
But
headers from Valencia crosses and that. Like, Rooney wasn't running at players no more. Do you know what I mean? And I want to see the Rooney that was running at players. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where what my preference to watching football, my preference to watching football is my preference. You know them ones. Like, if I don't like watching players like Ronaldo, then I don't like watching him. That is what it is, bro.
I'm not gonna lie though. It's funny though that you said about the numbers because bare Ronaldo lovers was stat padding yesterday when people were cussing him, saying, "Look how many goals he scored this season." You know, look at his numbers, bro. But that's at the end of the day, that's a separate conversation, and it always should be. You know, if you're gonna talk numbers, you talk numbers. If you're gonna talk ability or
then let's talk ability.
Like a player, or how much you like a player, they're different conversations because there's players there's some certain players in the past that youngers will never hear about because they didn't put up any numbers, whether it's assists, whether it's goals, they didn't put up numbers at all. They didn't put up anything crazy, but to watch, they were incredible to watch.
Bro, you know trust me. See, when I'm showing my kids like one Riquelme and players like that, that's who.
Bro, I was just literally about to say man's name, Riquelme. Listen,
that's who I'm gonna be showing my son, bruv. You know what I'm saying, bro? The one thing I say to people, You see, football, yeah, for me, my preference, the best footballers in the world, yeah, it almost looks like they slow the game down and they play at their own pace and they've got all the time in the world. Ronaldo doesn't do that. And he's never done that for me. Everything Ronaldo's done has been quick, bro. Everyone used to talk about how quick Ronaldo's feet were, the herky-jerky, little quick stutter thing. Bruv, Ronaldinho used to stand there, bruv, and not move, blood. That just still. And you couldn't get the ball. You couldn't get it. You know them, man. You couldn't get it. I don't care. Man don't need to run away from you. I'm standing right here and you can't have it. That's what Zidane used to do. I'm standing right here.
Zidane's the king of it.
Zidane don't even look like he's running, bro. He looks like he's walking and you can't get the ball. You can't get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Neymar does that as well when I watch him. You can't get it from him. 4 men around him and it's like, yep. He's gone. You know, like that. Ronaldo didn't do that. Ronaldo would stop the ball, shake his leg bare times, step overs and that. But it didn't look, it didn't look like, he didn't look relaxed doing it. You know them ones. He didn't look relaxed. Everything was quick. It was the speed of it. And then as soon as Ronaldo lost his speed, he stopped doing the tricks because he couldn't get away from people no more.
But Ronaldo,
if you notice, as soon as Ronaldo lost his pace, he stopped doing all the step overs and the tricks because they weren't fooling people no more.
Yeah.
They weren't because he lost the speed. And that's the thing. Fat Ronaldo, was still Megan, man, in Brazil, bruv, with a belly like this. Because the way he just manipulated the ball is just more natural, innit? Ronaldo's looks practiced and it looks, I wouldn't say it looks forced, but it looks like he's trying, innit? The top ballers, when Messi's dribbling, it don't look like he's trying, bruv. It looks like he's just walking to the shot. You know what I mean? And that's what I like to watch football, innit? Like, the best players for me, they look like they could play football in a telephone box. The ball's just stuck to them. I don't see that with Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that with him. And that's why he's not in my top 5 in terms of what I enjoy to watch. That doesn't mean that he's not one of the greatest players ever. He is. But the thing is, with football, when you're comparing elite players, it's fine margins, bro. It's fine margins. You're not saying one man's here and the next man's here. It's like comparing Zidane and Iniesta. It's fine margins. I think Zidane's better, but I'm not going to say he's way better than him because he's not way better. It might just be one thing.
And sometimes down to preference as well. Like I feel like it's preference. Zidane will always be better than, for me, than Iniesta, just in my own personal opinion. But again, like, everyone's got different ways that they see football. Do you know what I mean? For different reasons. And all of these things mean different things. Like I said, how much you, if we're talking favoritism, like which players do I like more than another player? Which player would I prefer in my team to get better results? And which player I prefer to watch? They're all different answers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily the same thing. And ultimately with this team, with Ronaldo, I'll be honest, you're right. I've never watched him and thought, like, it's never been pleasing on the eye to watch the way Ronaldo plays. Like, he plays mad aggressive, innit?
Mad aggressive. It looks like he's chasing the ball all the time. It always looks like he's chasing it, like he's getting away from him. Whereas when you watch
every shot is full power, 100%. You know when you hold the square button, like, bro, it's full power. That's it, bro. There's no elegance. He hasn't got the elegance. That's why, look, as much
he doesn't have the elegance, and that's why he's not in my top 5 as well. Because Zidane is elegance. Ronaldinho's elegance. You know them ones. Like, R9's elegance. Man said Rooney could do everything. Rooney couldn't dribble to save his life, bro. That's why when man were like Wayne Rooney street striker, the first thing you learn on the street is how to dribble. If you can't dribble, you ain't a street baller. Grealish is a street baller, bro. Rolling the ball under his feet and all these things and putting his foot on the ball and dropping, man. That's a street baller. Rooney's thing ain't no street ball, blood. Street ballers can dribble. Straight power. Pace and power. There's nothing street about it. You know them? And that's why he won a favorite of mine. Because for me, I grew up on R9. So if you can't dribble as a striker, Adriano, them man. If you can't dribble, same with midfielders. If you're an attacking midfielder and you can't dribble, bye. That's why I'm not on this Lampard train. I'm not on this Bruno train. If you're an attacking midfielder, a creator, and you can't dribble past players, for me, I don't want you nowhere near my team. Because what happens when they put a man to man mark you? Just man mark you out of the game. Fuck, I just get man to follow you around the pitch. What are you gonna do?
Which happens all the time.
It happens all the time. If you got an attacking midfielder, yeah, that can't find their way out of tight spaces, all you need to do is just man mark them. Nullify.
Let me say as well, yeah, because I know a lot of man, especially even maybe people on this chat in this thing who's even young enough to see this guy, yeah, play in a full 90 minutes week in, week out. As much as I hated him at the time, Thierry Henry was the epitome of elegance. Bro,
yeah.
Man would listen, him and Bergkamp, what they would do in terms of controlling the game and make it look like they're at, bro, they would look like they're not even trying, them two man.
Henry was a joke, man.
Bro, them two man together, some of the goals that they scored, Bergkamp and Henry, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, at the time, I hated them. But when you look back, you respect it. You have to. Some of the goals he even scored against us, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
The elegance.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. And like my man said, the best players just glide with the football, blood. They just glide with it. You know them ones, like, it looks like the football is like an extension of their own body. You know them ones. It doesn't look forced at all. It just looks so relaxed, bro. Like when you see Ronaldinho on the pitch, he'll flick the ball over a man's head, yeah? And a man tries to bounce him, yeah? And he's so focused on the ball, bruv. Man just bounce off him. And he's just like, I'm playing ball. Like, man just bounce off him.
That happens that happened bare times as well.
That's why we just bounce off him, bro. You know the ones there. Jeez. Like the thing is, Ronaldo ain't got that velvet touch, blood. Like where he just controls the ball. He's in tight spaces. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, he has to catch the ball. He's pushing it ahead of him and running onto it. You know them ones. And it's like, it's not the same, bro, as having tight control where it looks like you got Velcro on your boots. That's what the best players have for me, innit? If you like pace and power, that's fine, innit? I don't rate pace and power in football because you can't practice that. That's something you're born with.
I think people need to understand that Ronaldo, the reality is for the last 3 or 4 years, all he's been is a goal machine, innit? Someone who gets on the end of things. He's not been like someone who, if he picks up the ball in the final third, you're scared. Like, oh my days, Ronaldo's got the ball. Bro, he's not going to beat 3 or 4 man like he did in 09. Obviously, it's his age, innit? No one's criticizing that. But when you deep it, if you take away the goals from Ronaldo, like even the last couple of years, like it's not like he's crazy. Like if he picked up the ball, he can't beat 2 or 3 man like he used to. And that's what he's
yesterday, there for. Man was just walking around the pitch doing nothing, bro, just waiting for a chance to drop to him. And I was saying,
was he throwing his arms up?
Bruv, on the floor, smashing the floor, everything. And I was like, bruv, this is your goal, Curry goat, blood. I said, bruv, Curry goat. You know what I mean? This is your goat, blood. This ain't my goat. You know, that's not my goat, fam. He's mad stiff, blood. You know them.
What did he cried at the end, yeah?
I don't know. I didn't stay for that still. No. You know them ones. But honestly, yeah, bruv, like for me, he's nowhere near Messi. Numbers wise, he might be, but in terms of watching them two, he's nowhere near Messi. He's not, bruv, he's nowhere near him.
No. I've always said that. Bro, I said that even back before he done the celebration against United, and when 99.99% of the Man United fan base just chose Ronaldo over Messi because he was basically one of our own, under inverted commas. Bro, even then I said Messi's better than him. He's always been better than him. Do you know what I'm saying? But the difference is that Ronaldo, his consistency and numbers puts him always in that conversation.
100.
Do you know what I'm saying? But Messi, bro, even Messi, I watched Messi 3 weeks ago, bro. This is a terrible pass. Bro, he still got it, bro. Man glided past 5 man, bro.
Yeah, he can still, bro. And when Messi's 40, you'll still be able to do that.
Trust me, that's it.
You know them ones, and that's what it is. So football, it depends on how you want to watch football. You know them ones. My opinion is that I prefer footballers that have that. You know,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, yeah, because this is something that Jack was saying that don't make no sense, yeah. But again, somehow people agree with it. Haaland or Mbappe? Apparently, most people would choose for their own club. The majority would choose Haaland rather than Mbappe for their club, because forgetting about ability, who people agree that Mbappe is better, Haaland has a better end product and he'll do more for your club than Mbappe.
That's true.
What do you say?
It's true. It's true.
So if that's the case, because
they play in different positions. You know them.
But if you could only choose one, that's the thing. If you could only choose one of them to come to your club.
If I could choose one of them to come to Manchester United, I would choose. I'll choose Haaland. The reason why I would choose Haaland, is because I can just play Martial on the left. You know them ones. If I bring Mbappe in, well, I could play Mbappe on the right, to be fair, but that would be mad, you know. But I just think, Haaland's inevitable in terms of goals and that. He's inevitable, isn't it? I think Mbappe is a better footballer than him all around, but Haaland will score more goals than him, if that makes sense. So it depends on what your team needs. If your team's already got a Harry Kane, you don't need a Haaland. But we don't have a Harry Kane. Do you see what I mean? If you've already got a goal scorer at your team, you pick Mbappe all day. But because we don't have a goal scorer, I have to pick Haaland. But Mbappe is better than him, though.
But then if your team's not creating enough chances anyway,
then you get Mbappe. Yeah, then you get Mbappe.
Exactly.
100. So it depends on the demographic of your team. But I've got to pull Pogba, so I can get Pogba to get the ball to man. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, it depends on what your team needs. But for me, bruv, Mbappe is clearly the better footballer. Like, it's not even close, bruv. Like, his all-round game is way, 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 like, different. Like, Haaland's just a goal machine. That's what he is. And that's like the comparison of Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo will get you goals, but Messi gets you everything, blood. Not just goals. Do you know what I mean? He can get you the assist. He can get you the pass before the assist. He can get you all these things. Ronaldo can't pass.
Bro, there's been games when Messi has been involved and started the run, knocked it off 1-2, moved it on, touched the ball about 3 or 4 times in the movement and then scored. Put it away. And that's what
Neymar does as well. And a lot of people don't want to give him credit for. Even the goal against us, bro. My man started the move on the edge of PSG's box and finished it. Yeah. You know them, man. Like, Ronaldo's not involved in the game like that. And he never was. That was never his game. He was never that deep. He never played that deep, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He was never a creative playmaker as well as a goal scorer. He was always the guy that was picking up, isolating players one-on-one, going past them and scoring goals. His game's not the same as them, man. It's not the same.
What I'm saying. It's not. Like,
but you have to deep the game to less superficial level, to understand the jobs of players in teams. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, Messi's involved in way more than just scoring. And it's not just assists either. The stat sheet can't tell you how vital Messi is to Barca, bro. The stat sheets can't tell you how vital Neymar is, to any team he plays in, bro. Because he picks up the ball in areas where you don't get stats for that.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
But I think, like, I see where you're coming from, innit? Like, listen, I think whatever happens, Ronaldo will get another chance in a latter stages of a Champions League. But I think it's clear, he's done. He's done in terms of his impact in it to games. But I will say the most annoying thing that I don't like about Ronaldo, and I've always hated it, bro. And even when we're talking about him now, I'm just laughing about it. Is when you're watching him, and bro, anytime any of his teammates doesn't pass him the ball or misses a chance, he just like, bro, man slams the ground. He does all of this waving arms thing. It's like he creates the impression, that everything's not his fault. In it, it's like, bro, like, why haven't you passed the ball? Why have you not performed at the level, bro? I think sometimes arrogance has probably also got him. It's got him to where he is now, but it's also, I feel, something that is probably a detriment to some of these teams as well. I think
that's the Michael Jordan debate as well, isn't it? Like, after the documentary.
100%. You can just tell, though, with the Ronaldo, like, okay, look, Messi could be the same, but Messi at least don't show it in public. Bro, Ronaldo just looks like he comes across like, bro, if you get the ball and you waste it, Ronaldo's gonna batter you, bro. Like, he just looks. It seems like he's got so much influence.
That won't necessarily get the best out of players around him. Them ones, because players will be scared to do things, because they don't want to piss man off. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. And big up Amori, the legend. He said, man are playing down CR7 out for scoring goals, but Haaland also scores goals. But Haaland's a striker, though. And we acknowledge him as an out-and-out striker. So it's okay if Haaland just scores goals. CR7 was never an out-and-out striker.
That's why that's
he was never an out-and-out striker, bro. It's like the Van Nistelrooy and Henry comparison, bro. Van Nistelrooy was the better finisher, but Henry was the better player. Like
100%.
And that's just what it was. If anyone said, who would you rather have in your team, Henry or Van Nistelrooy? I'm picking Henry every single time because he's more than just a goal scorer.
That's what I'm saying. If we're talking about just goals, then there's a lot of players. Like I said, you know, in 5 years time, Lukaku is going to go down as one of the greatest goal scorers of this generation, of this era. That don't mean he's good at it. That don't mean he's good at anything else. But it means he's good.
It doesn't. It means he's good at scoring goals.
But he's good at scoring goals. And at the end of the day, that is what he's there for. Like he's not. If the other 9 players on the pitch can do everything else for him, and he gets the goals, it works. Do you know what I'm saying? It works for their team. It don't work for every team. But if he finds a team that it works for, like Belgium and Inter, which it is at the moment, that's it. He's going to put up numbers. Haaland's just a better version of Lukaku, bro. If you watch him play, yeah, he's not that much.
He is. He is just a better version. He is. You're right. They're just goal scorers. Like even yesterday, he wasn't involved in the game, bruv, and the man scored a tap-in out of nowhere. Like that's out of nowhere, bro. And then a penalty. Like literally, that's what he does, bro. You're right. He's exactly like Lukaku, and that's what I said. They're very similar, except he's a bit more technically sound than Lukaku, but they're the same kind of player. They are. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. So it's a mad thing. And big up Bradley. This is a shout as well. Like he said, he's never seen Ronaldo have a great game without scoring or assisting, but he's seen Messi have countless great games. Yeah, but the difference is Ronaldo's great games hinge on him putting up stats. You know them, man. Whereas Messi can control a whole football match for 90 minutes and not score. He can control it from wherever, dictate it, play at his own pace. And that's what Bruno's like for Man United. If he doesn't fucking score, or get an assist, he's done nothing.
I'm not going to lie. What worries me about the whole Bruno thing is that he seems like he's got tendencies of like Ronaldo. I don't know if he's been learning from him or trying to look up to him, but the way he comes across, innit? Like, bro, let's not forget Ronaldo is that sort of guy, bro. Ronaldo is the same guy that there was a goal that Real Madrid scored a couple of years ago, bro. Because he didn't score it, he didn't celebrate. He didn't celebrate them, man, bro. He
didn't even go over to them.
Bro, he didn't go over to them, man, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, Bruno, I'm not saying Bruno's that, but Bruno has those tendencies of like, he's like a younger version of Ronaldo in the way he is as a character, which is with nowhere near
the ability.
That's what I'm saying. So hopefully he comes out of that, innit? But the recent interview was a little bit mad still, because he's getting rattled about the top 6 argument. But now he scored against it, bro.
Now he scored another penalty. It's all gone to bed.
Yeah, that's
so it. It's interesting. Do you know what I mean? And speaking on preferences and players, Premier League, the best players in the Premier League. Who are the best players in the Premier League? Like we were saying, there's a lot of players where they divide opinion. You know what I mean? Like there's not many players that people can agree that, these are the best players in the Premier League, like hands down, point blank, period. Some people like Sterling, some people don't. Some people like Rashford, some people don't. Some people like Son, some people don't. Do you know what I mean? So like it's all, you know what I mean? It's all mad, bro, right now. Do you know what I mean? There's no standouts. Back in the day, there used to be standouts. Man used to know, cool, Drogba. You know what I mean? Like, cool, Henry, cool, Bergkamp. Like now, it's all like it's debatable.
Do you not think? So, who for you then is some standouts in the Premier League who you would say are some of the best players? If you had to name, let's say 4 or 5.
If I had to do my,
because I'll be real. Because I'll be real. I do think that not necessarily if you're naming maybe 4 or 5, but if you're naming top 10 players, I think Son and Kane is in there, isn't it? Son, Spurs have two of the best players in the Premier League in them two.
Son and Kane are in my Premier League 11.
Yeah.
Son and Kane are in my Premier League 11. So it's one of them ones. If I had to do a Premier League 11, in goal, I'm probably playing. I'll probably give it to Edison because he's got good feet.
No, I wouldn't. Still,
I would only because my team would be playing out from the back, and he's got the best feet, bro. And his save percentage is still 80%, which is a lot higher than fucking De Gea's.
I personally think Edison's overrated, innit? Like the thing with him is he's got good feet, but every time he's been tested and peppered, which is not often because of the way Pep plays, he seems like he's always prone to him. He looks like he's prone to a mistake. He rushes out hastily.
But one thing I would say is all goalkeepers are mistake prone, bruv. It's just that when goalkeepers make mistakes, you tend to pay for it. True. That's all it is. One thing I'd say is because of how he plays, he will make mistakes, Akeem, because you'll come off the line, you'll try and sweep or do it. It's a risky business.
I'll go more safe. I'll go with Kasper Schmeichel still.
I don't think Kasper Schmeichel's necessarily better than Martinez, bro.
Yeah, true. But Martinez, we need to see a little bit more time in it. A little bit more time. See
that's
how
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not talking on form. I'm just talking on ability. My team would want to be playing out from the back.
Arsenal should never have let him go.
Never. So if my team's playing out from the back, I'm playing Edison in goal. Okay. I'm playing Digne left back. I'm playing Cancelo right back. I'm playing Van Dijk and Diaz centre back. I'm playing.
Now you know what?
Ndidi Holding, and I'm playing Ndidi Holding, and I'm playing Pogba and De Bruyne in the middle. I'm playing Grealish on the left. I'm playing Son on the right, and I'm playing Kane up front. And no one's Premier League team's beaten, man. Don't care.
So that means you've only got you've got only one United player in there, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the one player who we haven't got at the moment. We ain't even got him at the moment. Hey, I would say, most of it I'd agree with, innit? I think Robertson's better though. I think, didn't you? Robertson is a better left back. He's a better defender, I think, personally. But all of the others, Diaz and Van Dijk, no one can disagree with that. Do you know what I mean? No one could disagree with them too. Cancelo, I guess so. Based on the way this season and the rest of your midfield, can't really disagree. Up front, I don't know, man. I feel like at the moment, if we're going by form, then you've got to use those three. You got to use those three players, but you got to look at, because did you mention KDB? You put KDB next to
with
Pogba.
Yeah. 2 8s. I play them two as 2 8s in the midfield, and Didi Holding. That midfield's a joke. Man can't get through that.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would say, look. I don't want to go on 4 minutes. I want to talk. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's tough to not put people like Mane somewhere around the side, but maybe he'll be on the bench.
I don't rate Mane like that. I don't rate him like that. I'm not gonna lie. I think Mane's bare hit and miss, and I think he's bare erratic. You know the ones there, and again, he ain't got the tech level that I need for my players to have, bro. Like on a consistent basis, Mane's bare scatty, bro. Like it's one of them ones where one day it'll bounce off his shin, next minute it'll slap it off the bar, bro. I don't like that, bro.
I like the way Mane. But you know what, Mane's not consistent now, but 2 years ago, when he finished second in Ballon d'Or, he was consistent week in, week out.
Yeah, but even though he came second in Ballon d'Or, that was only because of stats, bro. Like, bro, Mane ain't got the X factor, bro, and he's never had it.
That's harsh, still.
He hasn't got the X factor, and he's never had it, bro. He just doesn't have it. You know them. Certain man have it, and you can't have it. You can't explain the X factor, yeah, but he don't have it.
Does Salah have the X factor? If you take away the fact,
Salah ain't got no X factor, bro. He's got the stats factor, blood. That's what he's got, bro. He ain't got no X factor, bro.
Yeah.
No way, bruv. Salah looks like a scrub when you watch him play. If he doesn't score, he just might as well not be playing.
Yeah.
You might as well just not be playing if he don't score, bro. He's literally a direct pace merchant, bro. He's just a slightly better version of Timo Werner, bro. That's all he is. Slightly better version. Like, that's all he is, bro. When I watch man play, bro, it's a joke, fam. Like, he's one of the most overrated players I've ever seen. Because people will say, oh, yeah, but he scores these goals. He scores these goals. But, bruv, how many of these goals is he creating on his own, bruv? Man's getting slid through on goal and he can't miss most of the time.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, people don't factor in the difficulty of goals and also, like, yeah, them kind of things, how difficult the goals, man. Like, man are scoring, bro. Like, man don't factor those in.
Yeah, but man, I think Salah, look, Salah's pace. Look, I want to be real with you. Like, Salah, though, is bigger than what he should be also because he's a great brandable and marketable person as well. That's the reality. Like, he plays for Liverpool, which helps. All of these things alongside how he is as a person, as well as how he is as a character and personality as well. All of these things help him to become what he is today. Do you know what I'm saying? Some players, you know, when you talk about X Factor, some players don't have the X Factor on the field. Yeah, like you just said with Mane and stuff. Some players haven't got the X Factor in terms of their presence outside of football, in terms of their X Factor, in terms of becoming bigger than what their ability. Like a David Beckham. David Beckham never was good enough to be the number one, be called Sir David Beckham, be known as the biggest star in England at that point. He wasn't good. He wasn't that good.
No, he wasn't. But he had the X factor in terms of he was like a larger than life on and off the pitch kind of thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. And Salah has that mix. There's a lot of players who don't have that larger than life character or way out off the field, which kind of prevents them becoming bigger than what they are. Look, Paul Scholes is that man. Paul Scholes had a similar career to the likes, or he could have. Let me rephrase: had a similar career to the likes of David Beckham. There was not much difference besides obviously his looks and the way he was off the field. In it, ultimately, in that sense, look at the projection of their retirement and where one of them is and where the other one is. I'm not trying to say it obviously Scholes is still nice, but Scholes is doing up punditry at the end of games in Premier League fixtures on BT Sport. Bex has done about 10 different mad stuff post-career because he's larger than life. And that's where I feel when we're talking about a lot of these players, because they're big, Salah's such a big character, you're like, oh my days, Salah must be one of the best players in the world. But when you deep it and you watch them play, how good are they really, innit? And obviously Liverpool's form and the way Salah's played in the last couple of months, okay, he has dragged Liverpool through for most of this season with his performances and his goals, but I'm not sure. I've always thought Mane was better than him, more effective than him. But I do think Salah and Mane, in fact, you know what? I'm going to say Salah and Son, though. I have to give the respect to Liverpool and Tottenham. Those two are probably two of the most underrated signings in the last 5 years. Or the last 6 years or whatever it's been. Those two players have come on headstrong because when Salah came to the Premier League or back to the Premier League, I didn't think 5 years later we'll be having a conversation about how the numbers he's put up or how good he is. I didn't think he would have that impact. The same with Son, and both of them has been incredible, to be fair.
Yeah. Now, my man said, for Rants, tech over efficiency, but bruv, you can be technical and efficient, bro. Like, it's not either or. It's just like them man that say, oh, do you want to play winning football or good football? You can play good football and win, bruv. I don't know why man are going on like you can't play good winning football, bruv. It's a myth.
So what do you make? So what do you make? Okay, so what do you make of the period then of what Arsenal went through when they tried to keep walking the ball in? They had bare tech, all their
but
players.
Look at the players they had. They never had the best players, though.
Yeah, but they had but they had bare man though. They had bare man and tech, bro.
They never had the best players though. You know what I mean? Arsenal were doing that with Bentners and that. If Arsene Wenger had their top players and Arsenal was spending big in the market and they could compete with Man United in the transfer market, bruv, they would have been winning stuff with that manager. No doubt. The reason why Man United won stuff by sometimes not playing the best footballers because we have better players than other teams. That was it. That's all it was. You know them. We just have better players. We had players that could win the game when we weren't playing well. That season 2013 when we won the league, we were shit for the whole season. But Van Persie just kept scoring.
Yeah, that team was wild.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I still think like, okay, their team wasn't that good, but trying to walk the ball in when you're not scoring goals and you're losing games because you're trying to walk the ball in, you're not shooting.
But that's not why they're losing goals. They were losing games because they weren't good enough.
Yeah, they weren't good enough, but still, like, all I'm saying is that they focus. None of their players were also efficient, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't. None of them. Look, even the players that we could see as average today, looking back in hindsight, none of them really reached their potential at Arsenal, did they? Like, that's what I'm saying. None of them, you could say, played out their skin, played as good as they possibly could, bro. They were just bare techie players. Like, I don't know. I think there has to be a balance. You have to have players that are techie, but you've got to have efficient players as well. Because
but you can be techie and efficient, bro.
No, you can, but there's not that many players who've got both.
No, but there is though. But there is though.
Who would you say? Who would you say has got both? Besides, obviously, besides some of the obvious.
Besides the obvious players like Messi and Neymar and them.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of players.
Bro, in the modern game, there's not too many techie players left, bro. Like the game's not there no more. So that's why it looks like there's not that many of them. That's because there's not that many of those players at all in the game no more, bro. The game's turned into an athlete's game, bro. Like that's what the game is now. The game's full of Salahs and Werners and Rashfords and Manes, bro. That's what it's full of now. Because that's the way the game's evolved. That's why there's not loads of technical players. That's why people say, oh, no, they're a luxury player. No, they're not a luxury player. They're just the last of a dying breed because Jack Grealish is technical and efficient. He puts up mad numbers. But how many Jack Grealishes are there in the league? They're not many because he's special. Them man, they're like, so why do you, man are not special.
So why do you think though that people, but ultimately the fans and the club, they seem to care more and they seem to only care about efficiency, not tech in it. That's the reason why all fans love Rashford because he hasn't got the tech, but
but that's a culture thing though. That's a culture thing. I wasn't brought up on football the way they were brought up on football, so they can care about that. I don't give a shit about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when a player's playing shit. I don't need to see stats. You know them one. I know, bro. Like even when Rashford was banging pens for us and playing shit, bare man were like, oh, he's having his best season of his career. I'm like, he's still playing shit though, bruv. You know them one. Like that's just all it is. He's still playing shit, bro.
But that's the funniest thing about the United team, innit, is that somehow we're second, but most of our team has actually had a average or bad season. There's been hardly any players that's had a great season here.
Yeah, but I think we're second down to how everyone else is playing, bruv. If Chelsea sacked Lampard a month before, we'll be behind them. You know them ones. They just took too long to sack Lampard. And Fabinho is a shout. Fabinho for Ndidi in my team here could run still because Fabinho's better on the ball. You know them ones. So
I like Ndidi for his defensive quality.
But me too. Like if I'm gonna have Pogba and KDB, I'm thinking about balance. You know them ones. I'm thinking about balance in terms of both of them ain't really gonna want to defend all the time. So I'll have someone that just purely just wants to defend, innit? That's why I think the Fabinho and Ndidi is either or. Same with Ndombele as well, blood. Like Ndombele, is very, very fucking like he's knocking on that door to be in there for me, bro.
On the bench.
He's knocking on that door to be. He's definitely on the bench, but he's knocking on the door to start there. You know them one. So
Bruno on the bench as well.
Nah, he's not in the squad. Of course not. Know what I mean? But it's just one of them ones where it's down to the way the game's gone. Even though the game's changed and it's evolving and the players are looking different, I refuse to change the way I look at football, bruv, because that's how I enjoy. That's how I enjoy football, and that's how I'm going to continue to enjoy football. And that's it. It's simple. It's just like the way that Tuchel plays football. A lot of these uncultured swines here will say it's boring, but I don't think it's boring. Just you'd rather watch Liverpool play end to end, fucking leaking goals, high intensity, bare man getting injured, and getting slapped at home 6 games in a row, and you think that that's more entertaining than watching a team actually keep the ball, and pressure someone into a mistake and beat them. I don't.
Do you know what? I feel like there might be a lot of people though who looks at it from a realistic perspective that like most team, my team can't have tech and also have efficiency. So if I could only choose one, I may as well choose efficiency. Then we'll win stuff in it. Whereas there's some teams that are luxury, which has the luxury of playing good football as well as producing results. Like
but you need
like Man City currently.
A combination of different types of players, in a team to have a very well balanced team. The problem is the teams aren't balanced these days. A lot of them aren't balanced. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them are just numbers. When you look at a Liverpool team, before they brought in Thiago, it was only really Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk that were good on the ball. Like, that's it. That's all they needed. That's all they needed because it was high intensity. That's their style of play.
Yeah.
But now it's not working. Now what? Now you need someone to be a bit more creative and pick a lock because teams are sitting deep because they figured you out. You got no one. You got no one. You got no one with the X factor that's going to pick up the ball and score a goal out of nowhere. They don't even have a Rashford.
Yeah.
At least for us, when teams are sitting back and we're playing shit, the difference is now, either we'll boog a penalty, or Rashford could slap one from like 20 yards or something, or Bruno could hit one from 20, or Pogba can hit one like the Fulham game. That we've got players with a bit about them that they could do something out of the ordinary. When I look at the Liverpool team, they're so heavily reliant on that system that if the system don't work, they're not winning.
Yeah.
They're not winning because they're relying on getting Salah one-on-ones and getting Mane one-on-ones. That's what I'm saying, bruv. Like, what? As soon as the one-on-ones dry up, their goals dried up. That's all that happened. Same with Aubameyang. As soon as the one-on-ones dried up, he stopped scoring.
Jeez. Listen, man just completely forgot about Aubameyang these days, man. The fossil of what he used to be. But yeah, I hear you. But listen, anyway, end of the day, when you look at some of these man, and also when you're talking about Arsenal as well, Man United, a lot of the time you can frighten teams with just pure pace going forward, like United do. But the reality is that, like you said, there's always that chance of either a penalty or a long shot that can do something. But relying on one-on-ones, especially in modern day football, modern day Premier League football, is a difficult one, man. You hardly even see that happen anymore of players getting enough one-on-ones. They can't isolate a defender one-on-one anymore, or one-for-one, like the same way they used to 5, 6, 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, you could just bully one of the defenders that you're one-for-one on. You'll get 2 or 3 opportunities one-on-one with a goalkeeper. If you're a good striker, you can't get that now. It's not going to happen. So it's a different game, innit? But I don't know. I feel like this team that we're talking about with Liverpool, like, they just need a player who doesn't rely on pace, energy, running 100 miles per hour all day, every day, because that high pressure football is good. But in a COVID year, playing every 3.5 days, these players are all burnt out. Once Salah and Mane's legs are gone and they can't run into the ground like they used to on these counterattacks or these attacks that Liverpool used to do for the last 2-3 years, they haven't got anything else. And a Grealish for them now would be perfect for Liverpool. Someone who can put the ball through. But instead they're relying on, I don't know. I don't even know they're relying on to create their chances now. Like, it's done.
Ronaldo and them man there, bruv.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. And that's why it's all about systems now in the modern game. But the problem, what happens is when your system doesn't work, you have a bunch of mediocre footballers all looking at each other to do something. That's all you have. And that's where Liverpool are right now. Know what I mean? Man have sussed how to play against them. And now you've got all these men just looking at each other saying, who's going to do something? No one. And nothing gets done, bro. That's exactly where Liverpool are right now. And that's why the Klopp system was great, but he needs a plan B. Because he can't rely on the players to bail him out like what Ollie's doing, because he doesn't have the players. Like, who's he going to rely on? And that's what we're seeing right now. So when people talk about efficiency and this, that, and the other, like efficiency, yeah, again, yeah, is down to the system.
Most of these teams in in European football, bro, a lot of them are not as balanced as they look. That's what I'm saying. When you see them, when you see their starting 11 week in, week out, when the confidence is high, everything looks good. When the confidence is gone, and then you take a couple of injuries, you take a couple of players out that starting 11, you realize they're not that balanced. They're not that balanced. They haven't got a plan B. They don't have options of more than one player that can do certain things. And then you're just left with players who are still great in different positions on their own, like a Robertson at left back or Salah and Mane at what they do best. But they're only good if the rest of the team is doing what they're supposed to be doing as well, or they're not as effective. That's it. But we'll see anyway. We'll see.
That's what it comes about. And yeah, that's what it comes down to, systems, innit? That's just all it comes down to, bro. It's just mad. I don't understand. I don't understand how people can't get it, bro. You know them. Yeah. I don't understand how people don't get it, bro. I really don't understand. So when I see these people, yeah, like for instance, when you look at like Riyad Mahrez and that, people say, oh, Riyad Mahrez isn't efficient, yeah, because he doesn't put up mad numbers. Football's not all about numbers, bro.
Yeah,
it's not all about numbers, and that's why, yeah. Like when I'm doing these football reaction videos, the amount of times I'm gonna stop the video and show you, man, yeah, something, because bare people, yeah, football goes over their fucking head, bro. You know them, man. It goes over their head. They think that if you don't get a goal or an assist, that you haven't contributed. That's not how football works. Football's an 11-man game. You can contribute to a goal without getting an assist and scoring the goal. And you see that with certain players. You see it with the likes of like a Jack Grealish, yeah. Players like Eden Hazard in his prime. You see players like them, yeah. Players that are that good on the ball, they occupy about 2 or 3 players at once, which then frees up space for everyone else. So even if they don't play the final pass, they're the reason why the pitch has changed on the pitch. And you see it. You see it with Neymar. When Neymar picks up the ball, a lot of the time he's got 5 players around him. That means that there's about 3 of his teammates that are in space now because of him. Stuff like that. If you don't understand football, you'll never get them players there. When people talk about breaking the lines with passing, you can break the lines with dribbling because you pull people out. Because as soon as you break this line, now someone's got to say, do I go to the ball or do I stay with my man? If they go to the ball, there's someone free. If they stay with their man, I can keep going. And players like that, that's what Mahrez does. When Mahrez picks up the ball, you can't leave him one-on-one with anyone, bruv.
You got to double up. Yeah.
You have to double up. Because if you leave Mahrez one-on-one with your fullback, he will cook him. He will. So you need someone there just in case. And when he does throw the feint and he chops inside, he skinned one guy and he just pass it off to the guy that's in space. He might not get the...
more time the assist... The person who gets the assist wasn't the one who done most of the hard work. Do you know what I'm saying? In the build-up. In that sense. Like, Mahrez might do all of that work on drawing a certain man out, pass the ball and give KDB the space to look up, have 3 or 4 seconds to flip him, pinpoint a pass. He wouldn't have that if Mahrez didn't do what he done. So I get where you're coming from completely. That's why you got to appreciate the clip of the few seconds before the goal as well. It's not always just the assist and the goal. And that's the reason why when you stat pad and just look at, who got the assist or who got the goal, you need to look at what happened to lead up to that goal first as well.
Well, there you go. But then people say, Mahrez isn't efficient or he's not effective because he doesn't score 20 goals and get 20 assists. Them man don't know what effective is because they don't actually understand the game of football.
Bro, you said it the other day about Van Dijk. Bro, do you know how many attacks Van Dijk started for Liverpool? Oh, my days. Do you know how many times he was the starter of that attack from defense to... Bro, he wouldn't claim the assist. He won't get the assist.
But he started it because he broke the lines with the first pass and that was it. That's bare times. But that's what I'm saying. And again, you can contribute to a goal without even touching the ball. The amount of times I've seen it, because you make a run and you pull someone out of position and then there's a pass, there's a passage to pass.
Great comment.
So you don't even have to touch the ball to contribute. But then you're not going to get an assist for that. That's what I'm saying. So these man are talking shit, bro. Like, the man actually don't understand. They really don't understand. Like, Mane will prove you wrong. He's class. No, he won't.
No, do you know what? That's why you need to look at players who perform well when they don't score or assist. And I think for anyone who hears, who always thinks, oh, why is people criticizing Bruno? Bruno needs to perform even when he doesn't score or assist. It's not that people are expecting to score 3 goals a game. Like, that's not what Man United fans want. Obviously, we want that. That's not what they expect. They just want performances, even if you're not putting up the goal as an assist. Like, you can perform in other ways. It's not just about goals and assists. For that, you can perform and help the team out and still put an 8 or even 9 out of 10 performance and not score.
Yeah. And Martial's been doing that for United for a while.
He done that last week. He didn't score, so technically, he's not going to have the stat. So people are going to come in a couple of weeks. Oh, how many goals did Martial score? Do you know what I'm saying? But they'll forget quickly about what happened on Sunday. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro.
Always be wary of players who only are putting up numbers. They're only putting up numbers. Like, watch out for them when they're not putting the numbers up. How they perform, because that actually matters. Like, it matters very much.
That's what tells you what their man are on, bro. And right now, like, people are saying, "Oh, Mane's not having a good season, yeah, because he's not scoring goals and that." But bruv, even when he's not scoring, he's doing fuck all. You know them ones. That's why he's not having a good season. You know them ones, because like one guy said, Mane's best season was his lowest scoring one. Sometimes your best season isn't the one you scored the most goals in. It's what you're doing when you're not scoring is what I'm interested in. Yeah. You know them ones. And that's why when I look at like the likes of Rashford and Bruno, when they're not scoring, they're not doing shit. Yeah. And that is really, that's how I measure these players. But people will say, oh yeah, but look at GA. He's got 45 GA and 50 appearance. Bruv, shut up, man.
Oh, that word GA.
I don't care, bruv. I do not care, bro. It doesn't mean anything. If you're playing in a top team, there's always going to be 1 or 2 players with a decent goal and assist average in a top team, because you're winning most of your games. Someone's got to score the goals. That doesn't mean you're the best player. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. So it's one of them ones where if you don't understand football, that will go over your head. And that's fine. You know them ones. But this thing that certain technical players aren't efficient because they're not putting up astronomical numbers is a load of nonsense. Because when you look at someone like Ilkay Gundogan and that, he's one of the most technically sound players in the league, bro. That's why he's so good. His numbers aren't crazy, but he's one of the best midfielders in the league.
Especially before this season, his numbers were actually poor, technically. If you're looking at numbers only.
But he's still one of the most efficient players in the league. It doesn't matter. And
Mahrez is never going to have a mad GA. He's not that sort of player. He's not going to retire.
He's not a goal scorer. He's never been a goal scoring wide player. He's always been more creative than a goal scorer. So because of that, he's never going to be. He's never going to score 30 goals, bruv. He's more of like, he's closer to a throwback winger than like a modern wide forward. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a winger.
But that's the problem, innit? When you're in that position, you're compared instantly, like Mahrez
to other people. They'll compare him to Mo Salah.
Yeah, 100%.
Who ain't got like even like half of man's footballing ability, but he's got more pace and he's a better athlete and he scores more goals.
It's also not fair as well, because you compare them 2 positions, but Salah, the way the system works and where Salah positions himself, he gets much more one-on-ones than Mahrez. Mahrez don't get opportunities like that, even if he wanted to. He's not the system that he plays in. He's not that through on goal like 3 or 4 times a game potentially, like Salah might get. So it's not even fair. It's not even fair to compare stats, to be honest with you. But because obviously modern day, if you're a winger now, you're basically a front 3 forward. Whereas back in the day, there was a big difference between the two. Big difference.
Yeah.
But
Oh, this is joke, bro. Man said Hazard said it's football, not foot gym. You know. I'm fucking dead. That's hilarious.
When did he say that?
I don't know, but that's the funniest thing I've ever read, bro. It's true though. That's all these young G's care about now, bro. Who's got the best pace and power stats on FIFA for their ultimate team?
Yeah.
That's all That's all their man know. And players like Kovacic as well, one of the best midfielders in the league, but he gets overlooked. Why? Because he don't have insane stats. But if you watch him play, you can see how good he is. He's a joke.
Bro, even Chelsea fans, and I know people are going to try to say they like him now.
Yeah,
Chelsea fans last season, they were disrespecting him. They were saying, "Oh, why, blah blah blah. He's not good enough." Do you know what I'm saying? So he was one of them, bro. He was a baller before he even came to Chelsea, obviously. But again, he's underutilized and he's not respected, and he won't be because he doesn't score or assist or create enough chances for people to like him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it.
Right, that sums it up. That sums it up. That comment. Someone said football's entertainment, but the funniest thing is, people also are highlight merchants at the moment as well. So they love. So if they watch highlights, if you realize the way what I asked you about yesterday's game, obviously I've seen the highlights. I asked you about the 90 minutes. If you remember, that's what I asked you, because these highlight merchants, bro. Anyone in a highlights, you can make it could make someone like it could make a certain player look like they played 10 out of 10 because they were in 2 or 3 highlights, putting scoring one, tapping and getting an assist. So it looks like they played a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
These times they played average. And then certain players wouldn't even be in the highlight. You'll be like, oh, he probably didn't do anything. So it's important to watch the games as well before you watch some 90-minute games before you get an assumption or an opinion about a certain player.
Well, there you go. And that my man said the technical ability is the highest form of efficiency because you know what you're going to get from that player every single week, bro. So when man say, "Oh yeah, style over substance," no, it's not. There's substance in the style, bro. I don't know any players that have a very high technical ability and are shit. I don't know one. I know loads of shit players that don't have technical ability.
That's true.
So I don't know what man are talking about. You know them ones. Kovacic is mad disrespected.
Yeah,
he's easily one of the best.
I wonder how many Chelsea fans would even put him in their 11. Probably not. Anyway,
I'm saying and that's how it goes, bruv. So again, look at Kova, bruv. Kova's a baller, and I done the watch along for the Chelsea game, and I showed man. I was saying, look at the way he's picking up the ball in these pockets. Look at what he's doing there. And then people were like, "Rare, he bossed the game. He didn't get man of the match, but he was the best player on the pitch." And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't know what to look for, to the untrained eye, he don't look that good because he doesn't overcomplicate the game. But the best players don't. And that's just all it is. And tonight, man's doing the watch along. The PSG, Barca, and Baines is doing Liverpool. Fucking Leipzig.
Of course he is for his favorite manager.
You get me? So hopefully Liverpool turn it around Leipzig turn it around. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully Leipzig turn it around. I'm gonna watch another goat get slapped out of the Champions League.
What do you think is going to be the result tonight? Tonight's game might
2-1 Paris.
Hey, tonight's game might be a Mazza still. That might be a classic.
2-1 PSG. That game is going to be sick because Messi has got a point to prove now.
Yeah, for real.
No, the ones. Messi's got a point to prove now.
These times people are still dreaming of Juve and Barca going through so they can somehow play each other again and then not get anywhere near each other on the ball once again. Same old. Everyone wants that matchup, but every single time it happens, it's always a disappointment. Anyway, we'll see what happens tonight.
I'm saying, and this is a very, 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 very good comment here, bro. And it's true. The technically gifted players have much longer careers, bro. Bruv, you only have to look at Ryan Giggs, at 40 years old.
Bro, how mad is that? I was literally about the same name as well.
40 years old, bruv, playing centre mid for Man United. Would you think Rashford at 32 is going to be playing CM?
Bro, he's gonna have to because his pace is
Bro,
gonna be gone.
He ain't got the ability for that. He ain't got the brain for that. He ain't got the basic footballing ability for that. Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Bastian Schweinsteiger did it, bro. He was a winger when he first started, and then he moved to central midfielder as he got older, bro, and controlled games. Philip Lahm done it. He went from left back to holding midfield. Like the intelligent players, Daley Blind. The reason why Daley Blind can play left back, left centre back, CDM, yeah, left wing back is because he's intelligent and he's got a higher level of technical ability. It's got nothing to do with pace. It's got nothing to do with athleticism. The best players have longer, more fruitful careers, bruv. They do, unless you're a super athlete like Cristiano.
Agreed.
Super athlete.
I think the reality is, like, bro, growing up, even I didn't care, nor did I even know without looking how old man like Luis Figo or Zidane was, or Rui Costa.
Yeah, they were in their 30s, still smoking, guys.
Bro, you didn't even know. You didn't even need to know because, they were still levels above players in their prime, playing against them, bro. You didn't know what age Zidane was, bro. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter. He was bald from he was 20, blood. So what difference did it make? But he was old his whole career, blood. No, them ones. 37, Scholes and Pirlo still bossing games, blood. I'm saying, come on, bruv. Most of these pace and power era players, bro. Bruv, them man, what, 35? Them man be lucky if they see 35.
Well, I hope
Them man be lucky if they see 34, blood, at the top level.
I hope he works out a way to transform his game.
Well, there you go. And now you're saying players like Oba, yeah? As soon as Oba lost that electric pace that he had, he's not going to he can't change his game. He can't because he's got no link play. So his decline's been so obvious. Same with Fernando Torres. The same thing happened. All pace and power. As soon as he had a few hammy injuries and lost his pace, he was a scrub. Like, that was it. He went from being one of the best in the world, in other people's opinions, to being shit. There was no, like, he didn't hang in the air for long. He just went up and he just collapsed, bro. And that's what happens when you rely on athleticism. And all them men that rely on athleticism, like the Manes, like the Salahs and that, I don't rate them because I don't see longevity in the way they play football.
Yeah,
I don't see longevity in it because it doesn't take technical ability to do that. Same with Adama Traore, he's shit. But he's a genetic freak, blood, so he can play for ages.
Yeah.
But if he gets a few hamstring injuries, he'll be playing in Turkey, bruv.
Yeah. It's true.
That's what will happen, bro. Do you know what I mean? 35 years old, Luka Modric. Amazing footballer.
Great examples.
You know what I'm saying? These are proper ballers, bro. You know, like that.
Look how long man like Robben went for. Come on.
Exactly. And even though Robben had pace, even when he didn't have it, his close control was a joke. Joke. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. The top ballers, yeah, they don't need athleticism. They don't need pace. They don't need power, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, again, Rooney, as soon as he lost his athleticism, yeah, he wasn't even half the player anymore.
Yeah, that's why Rashford's got to work out what he's going to do when he loses that pace. Do you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of
that's what he's going to do.
No,
that's to retire. Or he'll end up playing for either United will end up carrying him, yeah, like they carried Rooney for like 3-4 years, or he'll go somewhere else and just play at a lower level and do what Walcott done. You know what I mean? Where he went to Everton and went to other players. What, man?
No chance that's happening to Rashford.
Yeah, man, doing a Walcott thing, bruv. Listen, Totti retired at 39. Look at all these men that we're calling goats and that in the game, all retired late, apart from R9 because he had career-ending injuries. All of the goats played to their nearly 40s.
Not just that. Some of them had some of their best moments even in their 30s, bro. Like, come on, like some of these men that we're talking about in the 2000 era, like, bro, a lot of these men at 31, 32 was better than most of the players, 95% of all the other players at their peak in the world. You don't see that in modern day football anymore. You don't see any player besides obviously Messi and Ronaldo. You don't see players over 30, 32, 33 years old still being in conversations of one of the greatest, one of the best at the moment. So it's a cut above the rest anyway, man. We'll see.
What I mean.
We'll see
36 years old, Zidane at the World Cup, bro. Schooling Brazil. Schooling them. in the gold boots. I'll never forget it. One of the most ridiculous performances, or 34 years old against Brazil. Joke thing. You know what I'm saying? Most of these men that everyone's giving all this adulation at 34 years old, they're not playing at the same level. Zidane literally was playing at the same level at 34 that he was playing at 24.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, bro. And when I said to people that Ronaldo had to change his game, one, to keep up with Messi's goals, and two, because he lost a bit of explosiveness, that's not a disrespect to him, It's good that he could change his game and still be effective. But the very, very best players, can play the way they want to play for most of their career. Scholes played how he wanted for most of his career, like just however he wants. Same with Zidane. Zidane didn't change positions as he got older. He just kept doing the same thing. Same with Messi, kept doing the same thing. Because when you're that level of good, you ain't even need to adapt, bro. The game adapts to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I see ballers. You get me? Like the game adapts to you. You don't adapt to the game, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what the elite ball manipulators, footballers do, bro. That's why for me, Messi's a fucking alien. Because Messi's playing the same way now, that he was playing 10 years ago, just with a bit less explosiveness. That's it. But it's the same. Difference. There's no difference. He still nutmeg 3-4 man and have man running into each other, blood, and doing that, bro. Even now.
Trust me.
It's crazy, bro.
Hopefully we see some of that tonight.
And when Giggs was playing CM, he was still doing the same dead Cruyff turn, the same nutmegs, everything. The same football, bro. Drop the shoulder, nutmeg, man, outside. Giggs was doing that in the middle of the park, but he was playing the same way.
Yeah, my man is mad. My man,
Giggs never changed his game. Giggs never said, "Oh, I'm going to play two touching." Bro, he was dribbling in the center of the pitch. Man never saw midfielders dribbling. Ryan Giggs was dribbling, bro. It's different, isn't it? That's why man have to put respect on Giggs. These little kids love to rub him out because he never had mad GA. But Ryan Giggs was fucking beast.
People don't respect Giggs at all. They don't give him his rating still. You know, and they should.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, you're not good. Maybe it's because the highlights reels on YouTube doesn't show enough in it. It don't show enough for them to get excited. But it's a shame if you haven't seen it. It's a shame if you haven't seen him at his best. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. And big up Kevin before we wrap up as well. Yeah, I see Henry in the MLS, bro. And you know what? Henry dropped back and played more in the number 10 role when he didn't want to run no more. And Henry's passing was so good. His football IQ, like everything. You could tell he was so intelligent that he didn't even need the pace. He didn't need it. He played with it, but he didn't rely on it. Henry never relied on his pace to play football because a lot of the times Henry slowed the game down when you watch him play.
Yeah. He never played.
He never played at high tempo. He would control the ball, get his head up, foot on the ball, go past people. Lots of close touches. Henry wasn't kicking the ball and running after it. Everything he played was tight, close to him. He didn't need his pace. His pace was just something that he had because he was blessed as an athlete, but he didn't rely on his pace to score goals. He didn't. It was his intelligence and his technical ability that made him the player he was. The pace was just the cherry on top.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. Whereas other players, like the Salahs and the Manes and the Rashfords and the Sterlings, they're reliant on the pace. They need it because when they play up against players that can run as quick as them, they're fucked. And that's why Wan-Bissaka always pockets Sterling every time because you can't outpace him. So what now?
I'm not gonna lie. Like when that matchup was happening, I had zero worry. Like I was just like, bro,
he pockets him every time because it's like, bro, you can't beat me for pace, and you ain't got mad feet. So it's like you're going nowhere. I'm locking you up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. What happens when you come up against, like Timo Werner even said it, like. He was like, yo, I underestimated the Premier. Now all the defenders are nearly as quick as me, bruv. And it's mad physical. He goes, he said he's struggling, bruv. He said he just can't believe it, blood. Because he was like, and it was a walk in the park in Germany, bruv.
Yeah, of course. Them fullbacks, bro. He could just run around them easy. I saw a goal, bro, when the defender had a head start, bro. My man just ran around him, out sprinted him. Bro, come on. Like, the gaps in speed and quality of the defenders to the attackers in Bundesliga is mad in some of them games. Bro,
he said, bruv, all the defenders are massive and they're quick. It's fucked, bro. Like, he honestly came out and said that, and I had to rate man for his honesty.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had to. But it's one of them ones where, bruv, honestly, that's how the game is now. It's just like Ronaldo would say Ashley Cole, was his toughest opponent. Because Ashley Cole was literally one of the only left backs that could keep up with him for pace.
Yeah.
And that
could defend.
Could defend, but also he would stay on his feet. He wouldn't dive in. Because the way, if you're a dribbler, you want defenders to commit. You want defenders to commit because they make up your mind for you. Yeah. If they dive in, you know where you're going.
Yeah.
You know them ones. And that's what it is. Whereas when defenders stand up and they say, I'm not going to commit, a lot of the time you start overthinking yourself. It's like when you take penalties. That's why I never look at the goalkeeper. Because as soon as you look at the goalkeeper's moving around and he's trying to make you think about, he's leaving that side open more. Yeah. But they're trying to manipulate you to go a certain way. And that's what defenders do. They turn their body language and they try and say, cool, I'm showing you inside. Go inside. Go. They want you to do certain things. And Ashley Cole wouldn't go to ground with Ronaldo. So because of that, he always struggled against him. Because he's like, I can't beat him for pace.
Yeah, it's true. You know
what I mean, there's that one clip that he made Ashley Cole do the splits when we played Arsenal. And they keep wheeling that one clip because that's probably the only time he got past him. You know them, man. And that's just kind of what it is. So football's a funny game, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's a game of chess, innit? And that's why I think people underrate the technical and tactical side of football, and they just want to see the blood and thunder. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So I appreciate and I respect people that can see the more intricate side of football rather than everyone that's got fucking decent stats is an amazing player. And that's why if you look at my Premier League 11 that I did, I put up the GA is probably shit. You know, they're probably shit. I don't care. They'll still win.
But that's what matters, isn't it? It's about winning. It's not. It's about putting together a good side. Look, someone just mentioned Thomas Muller, bro. Thomas Muller has had to play some shadow role for most of his career and doesn't get the plaudits. This guy off the ball, I've hardly seen any player as good as him off the ball. Like what he does in some of these attacks. There's been times I've watched Bayern Munich score 4 or 5 goals. He's not scored or assisted any of them goals. Let me tell you now, if Thomas Muller weren't playing, drawing players away from Lewandowski or Gnabry or any of these players, they would not have scored. They were, literally Lewandowski's even said himself that he owes most of his goals to Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So just respect some of these man. Thomas Muller is a great example of someone.
And he's always a player that would never be in the conversation, like when all these men are talking about ballers. They're not. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a reaction video to Thomas Muller as well. So you man can see the intricacies, of what this guy does. Because his football IQ is a joke. And also, he's another example of efficiency, and technical efficiency and playing a high level of football. Like my man said before, technical efficiency is the highest level, bro. Because when you got the technical efficiency, you very rarely have games where your technique never leaves you. You can have games where maybe the final pass doesn't work or whatever, but your first touch will still be there. Your weight of pass most of the time is going to be consistently good. Your decision making is going to be consistently good. Those things, if those things are all there and you have a bad game, it happens. You know them ones. But more often than not, you're going to be more consistent than these raw, erratic players.
Yeah.
And the raw, erratic players are the players I don't rate. And that's just what it is. Like, one day they look like fucking world-class players. The next minute they look like they should be playing for Sunderland. There's bare them. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Big up everyone here. Do you know what I mean? 6 show. You know what I'm saying? Bare numbers. In here. Smash the like. Make sure you follow Akeem on the socials. Make sure you follow Cheeky Sport as well. Man's back with James. James Redman at 6. Then we got Red Talk at 7. We're gonna talk about the United Director of Football bullshit, yeah, on the 7 o'clock show. That's why we didn't touch on it today. In this show. And then obviously we've got the watch along tonight. It's gonna be lit as well. Big up everyone that was on the watch along yesterday. Absolute scenes, bruv. Absolute scenes, man. So hopefully another good watch along tonight. What you got going on, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna be watching the game tonight as well. Obviously, like bro said, just make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I know there's people who's watching who's not done that. And obviously, yeah, man, just follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all of that. We'll be here next week as always, man. Looking for another classic tonight.
Yeah,
Let's see what we see.
What another one? So you man smash the like button. See, we're not even on 500, which is a crime. So make sure you get us over 500 likes. Your reaction videos are going to be coming soon. I think tomorrow's match day. So Friday, I'll release a few on Friday. Because Friday is usually my quiet day. I normally only have one show on here, the one with Lee Gunner. So yeah, I'll drop a couple of them on Friday to begin. I'm going to start with my top 5 first, and then the other players that you man have sent in. I'm gonna start on those as well. So big up everyone inside. I'll catch you man back here at 6 o'clock.